so much pain.
Potential is defined as someone's ability to develop, achieve, or succeed. Many people live their life never discovering who they could have become because they settle for a mediocre life. To reach your greatest potential, you'll have to fight your greatest desires. If there is no enemy within, then no enemy can harm from the outside. Many desires disguise themselves as a friend, but in reality, they are the shackles holding you to your prison cell. We must discover our own desires, otherwise we will be owned by them and forever be trapped in this endless loop of chaos we call life. So what in your life is taking you away from your true masculine potential? Is it hanging out with your bum friends? Is it watching sports every day? Is it indulging in pleasures and distractions? Telling me what is making you lack that drive in you to go and grab what is yours in the world. What the fuck is your excuse? Because if you can't answer this question, then I'm sorry my friend, you are beyond fucked. Still don't believe me? Then let's explore the 4 main domains that is destroying your potential as a man. Number 1, the domain of woman. Your purpose should come before any woman or relationship. If you prioritize your woman over your highest purpose in life, then you weaken your character, you disserve society, and you rob your woman of a true, authentic, masculine man. I think every guy knows deep inside his heart that fulfilling his purpose and meaning cannot be reduced to a relationship or his intimacy. And if you think otherwise, then sorry, you're still a kid in a grown-ass man's body. Even women know this on a deep subconscious level, and they actually get turned on by the idea of a guy ignoring them in order to fulfill his mission in life. In fact, this is why women love that douchebag guy who ignores them and despise the nice guy who treats them like a princess. I know this because I used to be that nice guy that got friend-zoned by women. I learned personally that prioritizing women is a recipe for disaster, and this will absolutely destroy your potential as a man. I'll give you an example. Imagine you discovered your mission and you work hard at it every day. Then one day before you leave the house, your woman stops you and says, "Oh, please, can you stay with me?" You look at her and you tell her, "No, I must go to work." You then look at her deeply in her eyes and you reassure her, "You know I still love you." She looks at you and says, "Yeah, I know you love me and you must go." You turn away and you go to your necessary destiny. This scene highlights something very crucial. Even though your woman seems like she wants you to stay with her, she can actually trust you more if you show her that she's not your priority in life. She knows this deep inside of her even though she'll never admit it. Imagine instead of prioritizing your meaningful work for the world, you looked at her and told her, "You know what? I'm gonna stay with you this week instead of going to work." She will feel completely empty inside and let down that her man can't be his true authentic self. If you decide to make your woman your priority, then you, my friend, have become lost in life because the world needs something from you. That something is what moves you, man. If you lose touch with that something, you will start to be doubtful and uncertain. Your decisions in life will no longer have depth, and this is because your direction is no longer guiding you. You will start to adopt your woman's purpose, becoming dead to the idea of your greatest vision. Your woman will start to resent you and lose trust in the man you are, and she will leave your ass. Number 2, the domain of pleasure. Dopamine is one of the most important neurotransmitters in the brain as it's responsible for the motivation of getting a reward. Now, what do you think would happen if you gave a man all sorts of pleasures without him having to work for it? He would fail at every aspect in his life because there would no longer be any drive for that man to work for his goals. This is the kind of world we live in the form of masturbation, video games, nicotine, junk food, alcohol, and drugs. We live in a world today where all sorts of pleasures are accessible to us with one click, one trip, and one purchase. By engaging in pleasure, we rob ourselves from that drive that propels us to our true potential. Just to show you, here's a list of pleasures and how much basal output of dopamine it releases in the brain of a rat. Have you ever heard of the pleasure-pain balance in your body? Well, imagine there was a scale in your brain. When we experience pleasure, dopamine is released in a reward pathway and the tip balances to the side of pleasure. The more our scale tips, the more pleasure we feel. But here's the important thing about balance. It needs to remain level. It doesn't want to be tipped on one side over the other for too long, so what happens is that the homeostasis in your body will actually give an opposite and equal reaction to the side of pain. What does this mean? It means every time you engage in pleasure, your body will scientifically make you feel pain. To me, this is like going to McDonald's and feeling amazing during that meal and then feeling like absolute scum and shit after you finish the meal. Now, I'm not going to go deep into the science of this. I'll say that for another video, but the opposite is also true. When you actually tip tip the balance on the pain side and you experience pain in your life, then you will actually feel a lot of pleasure. For example, you'll feel agony of pain, cramps, and dehydration when you run a marathon, but you feel like $1,000,000 after you finish that marathon, feeling so proud of yourself.
So much pain. But guess what? I just proved to you guys, at the end of your pain, just success. I had a new personal record.
It's fascinating how our bodies work, so if you can master this pleasure-pain balance, then you can master your potential as a man through delayed gratification instead of instant gratification. Number 3, the domain of health. The 3 pillars of health is nutrition, exercise, and sleep. If you can't control what goes in your body, then you can't control what goes in your life. This is the single most important thing to master, because by mastering your body, you're mastering your mind. If you lack the proper nutrition, then you will feel a lack of energy, recovery, and overall well-being. This will translate in your life when you try to pursue your core purpose, because if you can't even help yourself, how can you even help others in the world? Make sure you eat whole foods high in protein and avoid processed foods as much as you can. It's super simple, yet this is the hardest thing to do in the world. Master this and I promise you, you will make more money, attract more women, and produce more work. I'm not even going to explain how important exercise is, but all I will say is to choose a hobby that will physically challenge you. So for me, I lift weights 5 times a week, play soccer twice a week, I box once a week, and climb once a week. These hobbies challenge me to better myself and complements my deep work sessions because it gives me mental fortitude to overcome any hurdles in my way. Remember, Seneca says, treat your body rigorously so your mind is not disobedient. If you're working extremely hard towards your job and exercising every day, then your body is going to require a lot of sleep. I personally don't believe in that notion that you can live with 6 or less hours of sleep, because in order for our bodies to be at peak condition, we need an adequate amount of sleep. So for these reasons, I typically aim for 8 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Yeah, 9 hours, because if you're working hard every day, you're gonna need it. Nobody will be able to do deep, meaningful work if you don't get the proper sleep, and I truly believe that. So I highly recommend you go to bed early so you can maximize the amount of time you rest. Lack of self-control in these 3 pillars of health will lead into an obese, weak, low testosterone male that nature will actually try to get rid of. As scary as this sounds, nature will try to get rid of you in the form of diseases, sickness, both physical and mental. When you're not healthy, life exposes you by shortening your life, and this is backed up by statistics and science. Number 4, the last thing killing your potential as a man is your friends or social circle. I want you to close your eyes and think about your closest friends. Do you truly respect them and their mission? Are they physically strong? Are they mentally weak? Do they just fuck around, laugh all day, and do stupid shit? Be honest with yourself here. No, seriously, look at your inner circle and ask yourself, are these people gonna take me far in life? You are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. If you're surrounded by complete morons, guess what? You'll be the 6th one. If you're surrounded by 4 millionaires, then you'll be the 5th millionaire. Choose your friends and you choose your destiny, so make your decision wisely. I can tell you right now, if you hung out with 4 masculine guys who hit the gym all the time, ate proper food, worked so hard at their job, and cared for their loved ones, then you too will be that guy. So those were the 4 main domains that can destroy your potential as a man. Be careful of them and stay focused on your mission. Just remember to put in the reps every day, and I promise you, you will start to see progress slowly but surely. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.